watermelon between my thighs.
Now
It's
that's
great.
a fun fact. Next.
Oh, I'm Officer Larry Johnson. Fun fact is, I can drink an energy drink in 3 seconds.
You look like a Larry.
Yeah, homies, blood.
All right. Next.
Officer Jimmy Frost, bald by choice.
I am too, but I do like to wear the wave cap sometimes. There's got to be something growing under it there. All right.
You couldn't have found a better fucking time to call me?
Oh, it's
What are you talking about?
I'm in fucking court right now.
Okay, is it? You guys in session?
I gotta say this, nephew.
Soon to be.
Addiction is a real problem.
We're waiting
Wow.
for
Okay, well, sounds like you got fucking time then.
Is it crazy for me to
We're talking
think
with the
that
judge
weed
right now.
addiction is still an addiction and it just like doesn't get talked about enough?
All right. Hey,
I mean, it ain't killing nobody.
I have news.
You
I
know what
broke
I'm
my
saying?
ribs
You think out there
yesterday.
pushing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Are you okay?
Fentanyl laced ones.
I
Yes.
mean,
Did you do it to suck your own dick?
I try to provide with good
no.
drugs, you know what I'm
Fuck,
saying?
that's God. I
What the
wish I
hell?
would have done that. That sounds way cooler than what
I
I
know
did.
some people smoke it with tobacco.
Was it really cool when you?
I mean, I believe that weed is a gateway
No,
drug.
I was on a
you
fucking-
bought a
Needs to be off the
fucking new
streets, but I
car
think
and
the
didn't
big
pay
one is the
back
people
your
getting-
husband for the
they're
$10,000.
smoking the
You
marijuana
still
with the
fucking
tobacco,
owe him?
and then the
Whoa,
tobacco
whoa,
gets
whoa,
them
whoa, whoa.
hooked.
Okay, listen.
They're like,
All right,
"Damn,
I
I
put
need more
You're
$10,000.
living in a
dollars."
$500,000
Go on to commit
fucking
murder.
house, and you haven't paid shit.
But there you go.
I just woke up. I will hang up this motherfucking phone. You keep screaming.
Like tobacco.
It's fine.
Hey,
Tobacco.
listen. I put well over
Are you saying
$10,000 of
Tabasco?
furniture into the house now.
Tobacco.
And you still owe me $10,000.
I think she's
A
referring
lot
to
of us
That's
put
what-
in 6 figures for this house.
Okay.
That's I
You're
talked to
not-
Edda. I talked to Edda and she said it was cool if I put it back into the house via furniture.
Damn fucking right. I ain't
It's a
buying a
gateway
bed.
drug.
You're buying a fucking bed.
All right.
That's fine. You know that kitchen that's in there right now? I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it.
The one that you got
that-
from your best friend, who Michael Simone. What's going on?
No, that
You got
shit
your fat
alone.
fucking discount. What'd you get?
No, that shit alone costs $10,000. All right, among all the other shit that's in there, it's around.
go.
I would
I
say
gotta go.
17,000 in there right now. Okay, I gotta
go.
show you something. Okay,
Show,
all right.
is it your new car? I'm hanging up.
It's our new
10
car.
grand. Sorry.
Did you pass both of them?
No, I was asking, Your Honor, if that was okay. What are you good to pass these over?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I said
You
that.
can
Okay.
open it and you
I'm
can
actually
put them
gonna-
in the same file and then kind of pass them over.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm also gonna photograph real quick your charges too, Mr. Rowland, so you can see your full charges in each incident as well.
All right, good.
The fuck is cub?
Is saying "cuz" like a tick to you, or
What you mean, cuz?
are you nervous?
Why is it
Hell
saying
no,
that?
cuz. Nerve for what? I ain't did nothing, cuz.
Sounds stressed.
Nah, cuz I ain't smoked yet, cuz. I need to get high in this mug. You know what I'm saying, cuz?
That's illegal.
I
Not
need
in
that
this month.
spliff.
Weed's
Not in
illegal,
this
sir.
motherfucker,
It's illegal.
Specifically,
Nah, I mean,
do not
I
get
mean-
high in this motherfucker.
He didn't have an ID, right?
okay, I ain't gonna smoke it.
No,
I might go
no,
to the
he didn't.
bathroom or
I'm
something.
adding that fucking charge real quick.
That's fine.
Roll up that
You know what?
Okay.
I won't. I won't.
Nah,
There's
nah,
been worse
nah.
in that bathroom.
Not
stall.
be that
I'm gonna
petty.
start saying cuh.
You don't have to channel
I'm
your
petty.
inner roads,
Yeah, cuz.
okay?
That's fine.
You better fucking
down.
not
Yeah,
fall
put
today. I
down.
swear to God.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, guy.
Larry, when you say it, it's worse.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's really bad when you say it, Larry. I don't like you saying it.
It's bad when anybody
Roland,
says
I'm
it.
gonna try and forward this over to you, Your Honor. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I'll just. This is gonna be difficult. I'll do my best.
I think
Yeah,
an email
due
would
to
be the best way to do it.
Do you have your phone, Mr. Roland? You do
No,
not.
I don't think he has anything.
Nah, cuz.
Let me. I can add this to. I'll transfer this over and see if we can do it this way. Stand by. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, I wish there was an easier way to simplify this. It's easier when there's a lawyer present, which
Yeah.
Actually has
Is
the
there no
phone.
legal aid or anybody willing to represent?
No. We can recheck,
We made the attempt, but
but we don't know if they're as of recently. I'll take a look for you.
No lawyers or legal aids in the yellow pages.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
I don't need one, cuz.
All right, well, that's fine.
I think I'm good. I think I can get this. Standby.
All right, cuh.
Hey, cop, cuz, can my eyes see this report,
Come
cop, cuz?
on.
Or, you know, is that all right?
Yeah, of course, that's fine.
All right, cop, cuz.
You hear that flop? Your cop cuh.
CC, C squared. Cop car.
So if you're from Boston, it'd be like you're a cop car.
Oh Christ!
Cop car.
Cop
I don't
car.
think they say that shit in Boston. You just get stabbed in
Car.
Boston.
I say car in New York. Yeah, like car. We say car.
Hold on.
It's car.
It's definitely car, but you know those accents over there.
Yeah, same thing.
Car.
Yep. I'm about
Bird,
to scream objections at this motherfucker.
Yeah, screw it out,
You
cuz.
better fucking behave.
You don't say
What do you mean behave? I've been waiting for this moment.
you don't
I'm
say
so good in
khakis
court,
like
man.
car keys, do you?
Cuh.
Oh, can you stop with the car thing?
It seems to be a precedent in this courtroom right now.
All right, Roland. I'm
I
gonna
don't
try and forward this over to you. Just give me a second.
All right, cuz.
Your Honor, would
Go
you like me
ahead.
to forward over you kind of what I'm sending him so you can see it as well?
I can see it on the report.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you saw what he's seeing. Essentially, he's just getting copied over notepad files, essentially.
That's funny. But no, that's fine. As long as he has the information and nothing is wrong with him, then I'm cool. Well, nothing wrong with him other than the fact than that he reminds me of a Little Wayne with Tourette's.
Flop.
That's what you give me, son. Little Wayne with Tourette's.
Cuz, what the hell is
Oh.
Tarek, cuz?
I'm sorry.
With the incident.
I
Hold on,
really
hold on.
love talking apparently. Hold on.
Oh, okay. No, it's
might have to take a
incident
nap.
report.
Go ahead.
Oh shoot. Incident report 2739. Have you got the updated one? Because mine's been open. I don't know if I've hit save.
Oh
Just so
no,
that my
that
full statement is in there.
it all carries over. You're good. Let me
So the full thing is in there, and it should be like the
Look.
last thing. M. Grove stayed back with the hostages, but was unable to take a statement on scene.
let me take a look. On for 2739.
Yeah, keep talking to me.
Uh
I really like this version of you.
I really hate you right now. Hold on.
You're really naked right now.
I really hate
Why
Is
you
this
sound
so
so far away?
raw?
you. Okay. I am yeah, your statement's in.
You okay?
No.
Why not?
What's up, cuh?
I just
Tell us how you really feel.
I really feel like taking a nap right now. I'm gonna be honest.
No. I say you send
Can we
it.
listen?
No, boss.
Your Honor,
Oh, that's some
What's
weak
that?
shit. That's
I
weak.
think I gotta take a rest behind this this chair real
Don't
quick.
do it in the city hall. Step outside.
Okay, all right.
Like
Oh,
all the
good.
way outside.
Yep.
Can we continue without him?
Why can't I stop talking? Eric, I can't stop talking. I don't know why. I'll be right back.
You have. Oh my god.
God damn it. I fucking hate this MDT, dude. It's gonna be the death of me. I don't know if I'm the only one that has these problems, but Jesus Christ. All right. Well. Oh no, it tells S-Fan to no end. It's so annoying. Oh God, I hope everyone's ready. I still gotta grab coffee, man. I've been working on all this shit. Oh, This is a great song. Hey, doing, Firefly? Hope everyone in chat's doing well. If you're new, happen to be enjoying your stay, hit the follow button. Love to see you come back. This is going to be an interesting. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. Oh, please load me in quicker. I just want to go to court. This is going to take forever. Oh.
Hey.
I'm gonna fucking scream.
What's the matter?
I gotta go to court. I'm
Okay.
a scream.
Wait, do you want to see the car quick? Just
I saw the
it's
car. I
literally-
drove the
it's
fucking
literally
car.
right here.
You're stupid
Oh.
ass electric ass piece of shit. And you fucking.
it's so
It's not
cool.
our car. You keep the
it
key
is
in the
our
car.
car. I did. Yeah, the key's in the car for you.
For me.
Yeah.
Is that my set? Or is that
It's
our set?
I mean, it's the safest way for everybody to use the key in the house. But I'll cut you a key.
Okay.
Which costs $3.5 grand, by the way.
Well, I was gonna say I keep it in my locker.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want to go into the courtroom, you can. I do have to go. Judge is waiting for me. I had to take a nap.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. You look.
Okay.
You look great. I
That
think.
was great. That's right.
Stop running. I'm late for court. I'm sorry.
Hey, if you want to run, pay $500 for a running pass.
Siobhan, bill me. I'll pay the $500. I'm late for court. You can blame the judge.
$500 cash, and I'll issue you a paper running pass.
On any objection, anything of the sort, I will hear one side. I will hear the other side.
I'm here.
I will make a notion. Thank you so much for
Sorry, Your Honor.
announcing that. I will make one side have a chance to argue. I'll make the other side have a chance to argue. That's how it'll flow. All right. So I don't want to hear any back and forth. I don't want to hear any commotion. Just let me see what's on hand. Other than that, just keep it nice and civil. I don't want to hear any disruptions. I'm assuming the whole damn force is here. So if we get any outside disturbances or disruptions from any peanut gallery or anybody that comes in, please handle that as so per court contempt of court. Okay, and I'll make it up based on how I deem it to be fit. All right. Cool. We'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and allow we're going to do a narrative type style. So how this will work is that one side will give a narrative, and then that will open the floor for any questions that I may have and that the defendant may have. Note that the defendant does not have a counselor. So in the event that I feel like he may need a little push in the right direction, I'm not going to help him specifically. But if he has anything
That's fine.
that I feel like might need to be highlighted or underlined or quotated, then I will do so as I see fit. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
With that
Fly, make
being
sure to get
said,
sworn
we'll
in.
allow for a narrative and then a questioning, and then we'll finish with that, and then we'll allow.
Hey,
for the
what's
other
up,
side to
Pax?
have
How
a
you doing?
narrative, and then questioning, and then we'll finish with that. And we're going to be talking about both incidents at the same time. Okay. Well, how many officers are going to be for you said 2 and 2?
Just to keep things simple, we could do 2 and 2 if that works for you. If that's not overcomplicated.
Do y'all feel like y'all need to do 2 and 2? Can y'all possibly do 1 and 1? Because I
don't-
read the report.
I don't think
I don't need to know
yeah.
what is on the report.
I think for the first incident, we're definitely going to need 2.
Okay. So
I think-
we'll
yeah.
try to we'll try to find a cutoff point to where we can have the first incident and then the start of the second incident. Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Your Honor, just for your context, the second incident, the 27. I'm sorry. This is up to you. I'm just trying to make this easy for you as well. 2741. It may be easier to start with that one, as that one sort of ties in a little bit with the first one. They kind of go hand in hand. I'm sure we can explain when trial starts. I just wanted to kind of give you that preference.
All right. So we're hereby declaring the first incident to be 2741, the second incident to be 2739. Is that correct?
We can start with the first one, but the first one doesn't tie in until you hear the second one, put simply.
In
Let's-
order of time, when both incidents happen, it is by number. So
So how are we testifying today? Are we testifying?
Okay. Let's keep this simple. We're gonna go chronologically, and we're gonna talk about the first incident, and then we're gonna talk about the second one. But the only thing that ties them both together is obviously the suspect and his identification.
Okay.
But keep in mind that in the first incident, suspect originally got away, but we are able to identify him based on. We're gonna talk about how we identified him in the case.
Making it clear for everybody. First incident is going to be 2739 because we keep saying first incident, second incident.
Yeah, 2739 is gonna be
2739.
I am not doing this in court. I am not doing this in court.
You got that, Mr. Rowland?
I got that, cuz.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and proceed with the prosecution's narrative. Who are we getting up first?
You want
we're
me to
gonna
talk?
call Senior Officer Flop Dugong.
All right.
Do you want to just stand in the middle?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and state your name.
Sure. Senior Officer Flop Dugong, badge number 125 with the Los Santos Police Department.
Cool. Go ahead and give your narrative. If at any point I need to step in or I need to direct something or have a question, I tend to blurt it out. Just hear me out first, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Cool. Go ahead.
So, this is for 2739. Apologies. All right. So, I was up north on patrol, and I received a call from an individual by the name of Eric Bosk. I saw him 311 earlier, so I figured he needed something. I answered. As soon as he answered, or excuse me, I answered the phone. He said, "Flop, I've been kidnapped. They told me to call somebody. Nothing's changed." I said, "Are you currently, as we speak right now, kidnapped at the moment?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "Please call 911. Instruct them that you need to call 911, as I'm not a hotline, and I will be en route." So I called over the radio that I received a phone call. Somebody was being kidnapped. Based on the location, it was Legion Square Bank. And I asked a unit who was closest to try and respond and get there as I was coming from up north. When I finally got there at that point, Officer Watt had already been on scene, I believe, as well as Officer Forte was also on scene as well. The negotiations were had. When I got on scene, I asked what the situation was. The long and short of it, from what I was told, was that the individual at that bank at the time was stating that they wanted a Hellcat-style vehicle, and that if they didn't get that specific vehicle, they were going to slit the throats of 2 hostages. That's when I stepped in, and I told them, no, those are unreasonable demands. We're doing everything that we can to work with you, but saying that if we say we can't do something, you're going to kill a hostage or attempt to kill a hostage, we're going to use lethal force. So I gave him the middle ground option to, I can get him a vehicle. It will not be the vehicle he's asking for, as that is just physically impossible. So we did what we had to do, and we commandeered a vehicle. We provided that vehicle. It was a black in color. I believe it was an Intruder is what it's called. Little black 4-door sedan. At that point, both hostages were moved over to Officer Maisie Graves, where statements could be had. Myself and Watt were involved in the pursuit with Officer Forte. They drove around pretty recklessly for several minutes. And at this point, the passenger had gotten out. There was a second accomplice that was working with this unknown suspect at the time, Mr. Arturo Ortiz, who was later apprehended. I had stuck on that. And the last I had heard, we had lost visual of the vehicle that we had provided to the primary suspect by Forte over the radio, as I was not there in that pursuit. But Ortiz is not involved up to this point, other than the fact that he was apprehended.
All right. That's it?
I believe so. I don't believe
All
I'm
right.
missing anything. If I am, I apologize, but I believe that's it.
So were both suspects on the scene of the hostage taking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe Watt had taken a photo. I witnessed him taking a photo on scene. And I believe that's also in evidence.
Don't think I have much other than that personally. But we'll go ahead and move over to any questioning. Now, this guy does not have a counselor. He is not an attorney himself. He doesn't know the processes. So,
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Damn. Okay.
I done been in jail plenty of times to know what the hell I got. Excuse me. What I got to do. Yeah, I know.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, if I need to guide you, I will.
I appreciate it. Did you see the face of the individual that you suspected of committed a crime?
Not at that time. No, I do want to make a preference for the judge, if you don't mind. I'm speaking.
Object. I asked you a question, and that's the only question I asked you. I didn't ask you any other question.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No, I did not identify the face of the individual who I was negotiating with.
No further question, Your Honor.
All right, Your Honor. I'd like to make note as well.
Objection, Your Honor.
I mean, it's kind of schooling you, not gonna lie.
What grounds?
Scope.
Not that. Overruled.
No.
I don't know about that one.
Relevancy.
But it is technically not your turn to speak. I don't know what he's saying at this point. I'm overruling whatever he's saying. It is not your turn to speak now. You had your time. Any note of it that can be made, you should probably pass on to the next person that's testifying. Okay?
It's not about testifying. I wanted to. It's in relation to the series of events.
Tell me the point, and then I'll deem whether or not I'm writing it down.
My statement that I'm stating is at the time. So I'm not speaking in full from the second incident. I'm speaking based on how I perceived the first incident. At that time, wouldn't have been able to identify this guy.
I got that.
Okay. All
right. Done with questioning. Done with that. Anything on cross? Anything or redirect rather? Anything? Any of the cops would like to ask Mr. Flop pertaining to the questions that was asked by Mr. Rowland?
Did you have direct contact with the defendant?
Yes, Eric Bosk. Yes, he called me.
You have the direct contact with the defendant?
Yeah, that's not the defendant.
Oh, sorry. The defendant.
Yes.
Direct contact as in what?
Did you speak to him face to face?
Yes. I had taken over negotiations at that time.
Do you remember what exactly he was wearing at that time?
Yeah, he was wearing a white hoodie, a black baseball cap, and a black face mask that covered up to his nose.
Repeat that again. Sorry.
It was a white hoodie, black baseball cap, and a mask that covered up to his nose.
Does the defendant sound exactly like the person you're talking to in that situation?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, cool. Flop. Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Are you also speaking on the second incident?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get back up here.
Sure.
We'll go ahead and knock out. Let's try to knock it out.
2 in 1.
2 in 1. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Your Honor.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So, myself and Watt were responding to a backup request from Officer Maisie Graves and Officer Santino Forte regarding a vehicle who they had seen. It was also noted as well that the vehicle was flagged as the vehicle that we had at the earlier incident. When we arrived on scene, we stepped out of the vehicle, guns drawn, made clear instruction. I believe it was Officer Maisie Graves who made clear instruction to tell the driver to step out of the vehicle and to comply. There was some silence. He then took off. We got back in our vehicle and we chased. For several minutes during that chase, he was driving in opposing lanes, driving on the sidewalk, excess speeds of our speed limits within our city. At this point, it had been identified that this vehicle has been chased multiple times today. So we attempted to try and make safe pit maneuvers on the vehicle. After several minutes of chasing, we eventually got the vehicle boxed off of just parallel with Alta Street. That vehicle was then immobilized, started smoking. The suspect then got out of the vehicle. It was 1 times occupied. This suspect had gotten out of the vehicle, and he began to run on foot. And myself and Officer Jimmy Frost proceeded to chase him around the corner, where he climbed a ladder. And he said something to the extent of, "If you climb to the top of this, I'm going to slit your throat, cuh." And so I had made note to units to keep lethal, just in case. As I crested the top, it was really hard for me to see initially him reach for anything. But as I got to the top of the ladder, he attempted with a knife to swing and attempt to stab Jimmy Frost, Officer Jimmy Frost. When I got to the top of the ladder, which was right behind Frost, I pulled out my lethal and I incapacitated the suspect. At that point, Frost had apprehended him, and we then got him down to the cells after he received medical. He was transported to Crusade from an EMS, was cleared, was Mirandized, brought down to MRPD. At that time, while I was reading off charges and discussing with him, he proceeded to then punch me in the face and stated, "Add that to my charges. Add that to my charges." So, now we are here. At the time of, I guess, charging him, was able to identify, based on the photo that we had and the suspect we were chasing, wearing the identical clothing in the exact same vehicle that we had initially flagged on the first scene, pushing us at that point to charge. Obviously, because we had no positive ID of the suspect on the first scene, we didn't push for a warrant. So that's what sort of led us into following through with the separate set of charges during this incident.
All right, let me get you off there.
Sure thing.
Can you give me an estimated time frame in between the 2 incidents occurring?
I could tell you when both reports were made if you give me an opportunity to look at my MDT. If you want me to estimate it, I can, but...
Yeah, how do you... So did you make the report right then and there? Or like, give me a time frame in between the last time where you lost eyes with him, where Forte lost eyes, and where y'all regained eyes.
I can't speculate at what point.
Forte.
Yeah, that would be a question for Forte. I can tell you both incidents were probably anywhere between an hour or 2 hours between the creation of both reports. I can't speak on behalf of Forte though. All I heard was radio him say that he lost visual contact, and that's the last I had heard.
All right, cool. My notes. So Frost was not incapacitated on the scene?
He was not, but there was an attempt on his life.
Yep. And he was Mirandized, and he said, and I quote, "Added to my charges," as he punched you.
Yeah, after he punched me. Yeah. He was Mirandized at the hospital, so prior to being transported to MRPD.
All right, I think that's all I need clarity on. We'll proceed to questioning defendant.
Sure.
All right. So, where did the alleged suspect assault the officer? Where was the suspect at?
Assault the officer. You're talking about the assault and battery charge?
Right. Where was the suspect at?
He was in the cells.
Where was the officer at?
Outside the cells.
Okay. All right. Now you stated that the reason for the second set of charges is because of the clothing that the individual was wearing, and based off the photo that the officer took, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
I didn't ask it. I didn't ask the question. So it's not
It's
asked and answered.
part of the narrative. It's already been stated.
Get to a question here. Whatever objection he said, that wasn't right, but whatever objection he said was sustained.
Okay.
Get to a question, please.
What was the clothing of the individuals on the photo?
In which incident?
The only incident that you have of the suspect.
I believe I've answered that already, but I don't mind answering again. It was a white hoodie, black hat, and black mask.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Anything on redirects?
I have a question.
Sure.
Officer Dugong, once the suspect was shot and laying on the ground, and you looked at him, did his clothing match the clothing almost to a T from the incident at the bank, also known as first incident in this courtroom?
I would go on a limb and say it was identical.
Okay, no further questions.
I actually have a question. For Senior Officer Dugong. The vehicle that the suspect, or the vehicle that was involved in the pursuit with the suspect.
To clarify, first incident or second?
Both.
Okay.
Was the vehicle in the second incident the same vehicle in the first incident?
Yes.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. That's not related to any of the questioning that's been made so far. So I'm going to just overstep. As like I said, this guy doesn't have a counselor. Let's try to keep it. Let's try to keep it within the lines of the questioning that was made. Yes, you may rephrase.
All right, thank you. The plate flag on the vehicle.
Nope.
Objection.
No.
No. No. Yeah. No.
Out the scope.
Well, yes, he was right. Good job. Yes,
I know
out
some
of scope.
shit. Oh, my bad.
Scope,
Goddamn.
the scope of the questioning made in cross has nothing to do. If you need a repeat of the questions that was made in under scope, officer, it was where did the alleged assault and battery take place? Where was the officer in relation to the assault and battery? And what was the clothing on the suspect for the photo? Those are the two questions that was asked by Mr.
Speaking
Mr.
in
Rowland.
cross, that's my
That is
mistake.
what we're going with.
Yeah, it's a cross.
Oh yeah, it's a cross.
It's
no
a
further
redirect.
questions.
No further
questions.
crossed. And in an actual thing, it would be questioning cross redirect. We're doing narrative cross redirect.
Yeah, that's on me, Your Honor. My apologies.
All right. Anything else?
No further questions.
Cool. Flop. I see no reason for you to be here. Well, I guess you want to be here for the second part.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I'm gonna stick around because I was a part of both incidents. So
cool. Dope.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
I had already
Feel
answered
free
too that
get
the plates
next.
match as well. So
Brother, understand.
we're good.
Hello.
Yeah,
My name is
that we were in
Christopher Watt,
redirect.
officer with the
All good.
LSPD. I'm going to be speaking on the first incident. I'm going to give my narrative on that.
Manson, thank you, Akin, for the tier 3 for
so
2 years. If we don't get fucking hearts in chat, I'll shit my pants.
A call over radio.
Thank you so
from
much.
Flop
I appreciate it,
Dugan,
Akin.
saying that he was called by an individual that was being kidnapped and brought to Legion Square Bank. Shortly after that, we got a 911 call from the same individual saying that he's been kidnapped and being held at Legion Square Bank. Once we got on scene, there were two individuals inside being held up by 2 other individuals. There are photos. I took photos of both individuals. One of them was at that point in time already negotiating with Officer Forte, and the other one was holding the 2 individuals in the bank up. I was radioed in as part of the negotiations that the individuals wanted a car, so I went down on Vespucci Boulevard. I saw a black in color 4-door vehicle parked, and decided to take that vehicle to provide with the negotiations, so they could have a vehicle to escape in. I drove it down to the bank. One of the individuals, the one in the white hoodie in the picture, he approached me. I gave him the keys. It's when they handed over the hostages to Officer Graves.
1, 2, 3,
and
4,
then they
5,
took
6,
off.
7,
We did chase
10,
them, and at one point,
11.
around Legion Square, one of the suspects got out on foot, and me and Officer Dugong chased him. Later on, we heard over the radio that the individual in the car took a jump and managed to evade the police. Also like to bring a note on the picture of the individual in the bank, one that is going to be marked in the first incident as unidentified because he was unidentified at the moment of taking. He's gonna be wearing a white hoodie, a ski mask, and a black cap, a black ski mask as well.
I can see this as we're gonna have to start taking photos of people fully masked up.
I got
when
shit.
They come into the scene.
Cross.
Yes. Did you see the face of the alleged suspect in the photo that you were speaking about?
Could only see their eyes. Everything else was covered up.
No further question, Your Honor.
You're leaving your boy hanging?
No, I was waiting for your call, Your Honor. Usually, sometimes judges like to
Oh,
take their
okay.
time. I apologize.
I'm no good. I'm calling.
Oh my
All good.
God. Are they going for the no face, no case?
Officer Watt, did you, during your time of interrogating, actually,
Objection.
I'm going to rephrase. I can rephrase. What were you going to object
he
to?
got you with the scope. He's getting it with the scope.
He was about to scope you.
He's on top.
Scope
of
for
it.
what?
It was out of
You're
scope.
redirecting.
Yeah, just to keep it
Okay.
informed here. We are only talking about the only question that
Got it.
Mr. Rowland spoke of.
Officer Watt, does the voice of the suspect...
Objection. Scope.
Your Honor, may I rebut?
He didn't even get to finish the question.
He
Finish the
said
question?
voice.
I did. Your Honor, may I rebut?
Yeah,
Watt was on scene during the negotiations.
agree. Overruled.
Officer Watt, does the voice of the suspect happen to match who you witnessed in the first scene?
The suspect in court right now, the defendant, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, say that question, but better.
Okay. Officer Watt, does the voice of the defendant match the suspect that was on the first scene?
Yes.
No further questions.
This is crazy. All right. That's the only incident that you're speaking of?
Yep.
Cool. Goodbye. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Of course. All right. Do we need to have more than Forte? Is whoever next going to be called after Forte? Are they going to just say the same thing? I want Forte because
No.
I want what he needs to say.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me just think about that real quick.
Yeah.
I want to not complicate this.
Yep.
So excited for him.
Maisie,
So, Your Honor,
do you need
even
to
though I asked about the,
give your statement,
the
or
mask,
because I know I
mean,
think Frost
they can
does
still ask
definitely.
outside the scope about the voice.
No. Forte and I were
So
riding together.
They were
and
talking about.
he was in the
scene.
pursuits.
The
Okay.
scope is the scene of the hostage taking.
Got it.
That was the. Scope. That's what
Frost,
we were
do you need
referring
to speak? Do you think?
When you were on scene, did you see
I mean,
the
I'm
face
gonna
of the
say what
suspect?
my
You
statement.
opened the scope by saying
Isn't it just
anything
probably read it
about
all?
that scene in particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I
all
hope the
right,
judges
learning,
read it.
Learning.
Okay,
I can speak if
I'll
we need to.
specify it.
Being here tomorrow.
Your Honor.
Is this guy's first charge?
I believe Santana Forte will be the only person speaking. All the other officers that are here have statements.
Yep.
So anyone that will be speaking will just be speaking their statement.
Cool. Yeah, I can read. So let's try to paraphrase a little, Forte. I want to hear a bit of a narrative, but I don't need you to go into very, very detailed specifics. Get to
Sure.
the points that you are actually trying to convey that's different from the other testimonies, okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
Because I need to wrap this up, man.
Yeah.
It's. Ooh.
I understand.
Ugh.
In regards to the second incident, I
You didn't say
was.
your name.
Oh
Sorry.
my God, I'm
Say
so
your name.
sorry. I'm Officer Santino Giovanni Forte. Been with the LSPD for what, 2 months?
Yep. Keep speaking now.
All right. Me and my partner, Officer Graves, we were stopping at the gas station in Strawberry to refuel our vehicle. We weren't responding to any sort of call. But when I pulled into the gas station and just looked out the window to my right, I saw hands in the air. I pulled the vehicle around, telling Graves, I think there's hands in the air. Pull the vehicle around. I see a suspect in a black hoodie, green pants, and covered shoes, low top shoes, masked up with some sort of mask, holding a lady at knife point. I turn on my lights. I give a call out that says, "What's going on?" And I hear the suspect go, "Oh, I gotta get out of here," or something like that. Gotta go. And he flees on foot to a 4-door black and colored vehicle that looks strikingly similar to the vehicle from the incident earlier, but I will not go into detail yet. We give pursuit.
Animated is good. I've been role playing with Animated for
right
years.
at the beginning of the pursuit.
I actually
radar
permanent one of
pops
his
up,
characters in
and it comes up
2.0.
with my flag that I wrote for the plate of the vehicle from the prior incident that we are discussing. I call that out. Oh, I should rewind here. We did attempt a high risk stop, which the vehicle then ran. And that's when the plate
Hold on,
happened.
pause. Is that what y'all call it now? High risk?
Yeah, I know. It's felony, right?
High risk?
Yeah.
It should be a felony stop, but it's high risk stop.
It's written into
Your Honor.
Well, I guess we can't use penal codes, but it's written into like many penal codes. It's just felony stop.
Yeah.
Why y'all being so extra?
It's not my call, Your Honor.
Okay. High risk stop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's when the plate was initially
God,
ran, and then it was
I'm
ran
glad
again
I'm not the
when
only
we
one that
pursued.
thinks it's cringe.
Personally, it was ran when we were pursuing Graves the first run. We pull a high risk stop. Graves gives call outs. Vehicle flees. We give pursuit. Yada yada yada. Eventually the car turns into the old Benny's area where the car is disabled. Then the suspect flees by foot, and it's called out that the suspect is going up the ladder. I stay mobile while Graves steps out of my vehicle to assist on foot. I hear shots fired, and on the radio it was called out that the suspect tried to swing at Officer Frost with a knife. Thus flop using lethal force. He was transported to Central Medical and then MRPD.
This guy fucked up.
Question. I'm gonna stop you. How much court experience have you had?
A little bit.
Because he didn't say that we lost.
Can you give
They
me an
lost him after
estimate number of how
the
many
first
court experiences you
attempted
had?
robbery, and then he
How
came
many
back in
times have
front of him
you-
at the
how
hospital.
many separate
which
indistinct
is the
times have you
actual
had in
chain of
Texas court?
events.
You want to ask him about it?
4.
I can't because it's gonna be on redirect.
4.
He wanted him to paraphrase it. It's
Alright,
already in the
I ain't
statement.
helping
It
you.
should be.
Go next.
Okay.
Are you done with your testimony?
Let me
What was
double
that?
check.
You were saying that he got apprehended at the hospital, or I'm sorry, he got treated at the hospital and brought down to MRPD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like it's fine.
it's brought up.
Cool. Roland.
Oh yes. In your testimony, you stated that the individual had a black hoodie on,
Yes, sir.
and when he was
Perfect.
apprehended,
He opened up the scope.
he had a
You wanna
black
ask?
hoodie on.
I'll let you cook.
Then-
I'll let you cook.
Yeah, let me cook.
I see smoke coming out of
Say
here.
that again?
He's
You
already
stated
cooking.
that the individual drove off from you. When he got out the car, you stated he had a black. Well, when he was getting into the car, he had a black hoodie on. And as he went behind Old Benny's, he got out of the car. He was shot down. He had a black hoodie on. I was just making sure that's what you stated.
I think in regards to paraphrase, I must have lost where we did lose
Oh.
eyes at some sort of time. I think that's
Objection,
on
Your
my
Honor. Scope. He never stated that, Your Honor, in his statement.
Yeah,
his testimony.
That's what I was.
I mean, I was just trying to paraphrase to get through it. I mean,
But don't you feel like that's?
I don't know what you want me to do. You tell me to hurry up.
Hold on. But don't you feel like that's a little important to mention in your testimony that you lost eyes with him at some point?
Personally, I feel a bit
'Cause that
rushed.
could-
I'd rather go into detail with my statement.
Because that makes it seem like you're not telling the full truth. You're lying by omission.
I'm not lying.
Your Honor,
I-
it
I'm
is
not
mentioned
saying-
in his
I'm
statement.
not saying that it's just that's why I asked if you had any court experience, because I feel like that might be an important thing to
I
mention.
mean,
to
standing
the
here
judge.
talking? No, I have no experience, but I've been in a courtroom 4 times assisting with cases.
Okay, so you haven't had the actual experience of having it.
He did ask him to paraphrase.
I'm gonna
I
chalk
get
it
it.
down as a learning court moment. I'm not going to add that you had lost eyes at any point into this narrative, even though I know that you have, and there's probably a bunch of statements from at least 15 of these officers that are here that says that you have lost eyes at some point. I need you to know that that is a incredible fact that could lead to some misstatement of testimonies. Because if there's any report in here that says, or especially from you, if there's any report in here that says that you lost eyes specifically on the suspect for any amount of time, and I didn't hear any of that in the case itself, that's kind of a big question mark at the very least.
He's getting
I
cooked.
understand, Your
I
Honor.
mean,
I did
the
write it in my statement. Yeah.
That throws doubt, and that allows for the defendant, who is now raising his hand.
it's not doubt though. He
For
has the
motion.
report.
What is your motion?
Motion to
Dismiss
the case due to omission in the officer's statement.
On what grounds?
On the grounds of his statement in the report is not, it's exact what he just said. He stated that the suspect had a black hoodie on, but in the report it states the suspect had a white hoodie on.
All right. Let me ask you this. If I keep this testimony in this court case, do you feel like that would be better for you or worse for you?
What he just said about the black hoodie?
I hope he throws
Whatever was said, do you want to
Mhm.
what you're doing, by the way, is you're carrying out a motion to strike a witness, by the way. You're not trying to dismiss this whole court case.
Oh, okay, never mind. I need to keep that then. I want to keep that.
Okay. Do you feel like it will help or hurt?
It
to
was
keep
most
this?
definitely helped to keep me for that wild statement that this officer just said.
Okay.
Okay.
Forte messed
we're
up.
gonna
He
keep-
didn't though.
keep it as a learning court.
It's
That
in his
motion's gonna be
fucking
real quick.
statement. The judge said paraphrase. He's paraphrasing. Everybody
do you
has
have
the
anything else you'd
evidence.
like to add?
Forte's getting reamed right now over.
And
While
maybe
I
about
understand what the
another
judge is
statement?
saying.
I mean, I will say my statement in my written statement is my proper statement.
I can
I've-
read that.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel a bit like you were like, no details. Let's get this going. Paraphrase, please.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But do you understand what I'm saying? Even though I did say
I
paraphrase, I
understand
feel
you,
like that's
yeah.
an important thing to say in the paraphrase itself. So I'll chalk it up as that. But yes, I can read. I will spend a good amount of portion of the time in the back deliberating on this, reading the reports.
I understand what you're saying, all right, and I appreciate it.
Cool. We learned.
If he asks something.
Do you want to speak about anything else though?
No, because I.
Oh, you asking me or him?
Um,
Might.
whoever's taking the bullet, it's
Okay,
still your
yes,
cross.
yeah,
So
Oh yeah. At any point in time where you stab.
No, it wasn't. I had an issue with my.
Objection relevant.
I had to run outside, then to the car park, and then come back in.
rebuttal
Don't
from
do
the,
me
from the
like
defendant.
that.
In the statements, it states that he was attempting to be assaulted or murdered.
Your Honor, we're talking about Officer Frost, not
That's
Officer
the
Forte.
officer. Oh, my
There's
bad.
two different officers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sustain that objection.
Okay, no other questions.
All right, on redirect. And actually, can I get a clerical error or clarification on when the suspect was apprehended? Did he have a black hoodie on? Because we went through a whole separate thing. And I can't
I
remember what
believe
was
there's a
said there.
photo. Yeah, there's a photo.
Yes,
It's the
but
very.
I want Forte to say it.
Oh, sorry.
White hoodie.
White hoodie.
When he was apprehended on the roof.
Okay.
Black hoodie at the beginning. And then the Lost Eyes where we had the learning situation.
I got you.
Yep.
All right. Anything on redirect?
Yes. Oh, 1 second, Your Honor. He did ask about the suspect was wearing during the time of the alleged theft or whatever. Hands up.
Yes.
Whatever they're trying.
Let me go ahead and repeat what was said, and so that way we can get the scope again, because I know we went on a bit of a tangent there. The questions that were asked were: does the suspect have a black hoodie at the time of detainment, which was the scene at the gas station, and that was a yes. And when apprehended later on, does he have a black hoodie on? And that answer was no, it was a white hoodie.
Okay. How much time did it pass from the scene at the gas station up until the time that the individual got apprehended?
Estimate 45 to an hour.
You talk about the pants. He had the same pants on.
Clarifying again, the scene between the gas station and to when he was finally apprehended, that's the time frame that we're speaking of.
Are we speaking of that time frame in particular?
We're speaking gas station to arrest.
Oh, that is not my answer for that then. 5 minutes. No, wait, I'm really confused. Can I have clarification?
Objection.
Okay.
Asked and
Okay.
answered.
I'll ask the question again.
Yeah, sustain rephrase.
Between the time where you saw the individual holding up a person, as you stated, hands up, and the time where the defendant was actually shot and arrested, how much time would have passed between those two?
25 minutes. 20 minutes. I would say 20 to 25.
Since did you hear the suspect at the gas station speak?
Briefly.
Did you hear him speak at his arrest? Or
Negative.
short after?
In the cells, which would be the defendant. Yes.
Okay. Does the voice of the individual at the gas station and the voice of the defendant match?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Do you want to ask about the car at all?
All right.
No, I think it was he already kind of covered that.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Plus, it wasn't on redirect, so we can't
Also,
ask about it.
I again
Out of scope.
don't want to make this seem like a reaming. I want you to be able to get something from this. Everybody, every party here, get something from this. If you have any questions after the case, I'll be happy to discuss them for some time. Please don't keep me up here till 9 in the morning. All right. Is there anything that the
This whole
prosecution would like to
incident
go over? And
is really
specifically,
confusing
I
me
can
at this
read,
time.
I can look at pictures. Don't talk about the pictures. Just give me something that I might need to find from the picture that I otherwise wouldn't.
Great.
It was really confusing.
I actually do have something, Your Honor.
Okay. Point it out.
When the hoodie, it was really like
the evidence. Frederick Roland possessions, 2 of 3. I believe it's going to be number. Give me a second. 14, 13, 12, 11. I believe photo 11.
give a shit about this harassment.
Take note of the hat and masks that were seen in his pocket.
That is what he's going.
To the reference of the photo
Definitely
of
fucked
scene
that all
in
up.
incident 1.
But I was like, paraphrase. All right.
Specifically, the photo of the suspect.
You did great.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
I hate speaking in court because I get stage fright.
I get my
and
nipples all in a
anxiety.
twist.
Anything else?
Anything from you, Watt? Anything that you think should be brought up?
I enjoy court.
Can I bring up something as well on that?
No, I don't think so. I think the car and everything else is just going to be
you're
matching
that.
pictures, testimony, plus the car, plus.
Well,
the
in the
voices
second
and everything.
incident, he has the same hat and mask that was
All right.
found.
Yeah, that's
With
that's
all
fine, but
being
it,
said,
that
is there anything
matches.
else?
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking.
No, Your Honor.
All right. What do you say?
Prosecution rests their case, Your Honor.
All right, cool. They said it. All right.
Yeah,
we'll go
overall,
ahead
you
and
didn't
move
really
over
do
to
anything
the
wrong. He told you to
defense's
paraphrase.
narrative. Now,
That's
Mr.
what I'm
Roland,
saying,
I
they-
do want you
That's
to
why.
know
That's
I
why
thought- yeah.
you're
the
fine.
fact
You
that
brought up your
in
statement,
the
and I
attempt
brought
to,
up that your statement's already in the
testify with
report.
us today,
Also, I was
before
asked that
me,
if you guys don't have to be
is
here,
be
go
heard
back on
in
patrol.
this
We don't have a lot
court.
of units out there
You
right now.
are agreeing that you waive your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Do you, with those risks being said, do you want
I don't believe
to
that, Ken. I don't know where Barrick went.
yes, Your Honor.
Barrick right now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and proceed with your narrative.
Okay. I have no idea what they talking about as far as kidnapping at all. I don't know anything about that. However, I was walking home, you know what I'm saying? I'm up north, you know what I'm saying? I was walking to the crib, live on motherfucking Carson. I'm on my bad yard. Walking to Carson, you know what I'm saying? Somebody stopped by, say, hey, do I want a car? You know what I'm saying? It was like a little 4-door black car. I'm like, sure. He gave me the keys. I started driving. You know what I'm saying? Police come after me and stuff. I'm scared.
Pause. Up north, what does that mean? Can you be more specific?
Well, you know, the north side, like Vinewood and stuff.
Don't know
Oh,
what that
man.
is. Give me.
I have a
more-
weird feeling
more
we're gonna lose
details,
this case for
please.
some reason.
Up in Adamberger.
I don't really care. I have a weird feeling we're gonna lose
He's
it.
about
Interesting landmark,
fuck
but all
himself
right.
over in this
So you're
system.
walking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm walking.
walking.
Right. I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? I be walking and stuff. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I be like going through trash cans. I be, you know, that's why you seen all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All my possessions. You know what I'm saying? The materials, the copper,
ask
all
him
those masks and stuff. I had like,
First and last
you
name
know,
told
4
me
different
the
masks. I be
cells
picking up
of
stuff.
the
Like, I like to
owner,
collect
the
stuff.
car,
You know what I'm saying?
or whoever
But, you know,
gave
I'm
him.
walking to the crib.
He said, "My
Next thing you know,
balls."
somebody come through. He's like, hey, bro, you want a car? You know, I'm walking.
Is that
I'm
in the
tired of
report?
walking. So, you know what I'm saying? I hop in the
If
Jeep.
not,
Probably
You know
not.
what I'm
I was
saying?
gonna
I'm
say if not,
driving.
he'll
Next
claim
thing you know,
facts, not
police. I'm
evidence.
talking about, as soon as I get in, police, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because the dude had on the same clothes I had on, everything, like a white jacket, green pants, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So as you know what I'm saying, I'm getting in the car, police come, they, you know what I'm talking about, they ramming the car. I'm so confused and scared. I panicked, I just start running, you know, and I got scared. I just start running. So I run up the ladder, you know, I'm trying to figure out because ain't nobody telling me nothing. I go up the ladder and they say no, I get shot. Get shot down, and that's all I remember, Your Honor. That's all I remember. Dead homies, cuz.
Okay. That's it. That's the end of your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
You sure?
You want to ask him about the car and
Yes,
stuff?
Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll ask some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead and go to the prosecution for cross, and that is, remember, we are still into the scope, so anything that was mentioned about his specific narrative is the only thing that is being put into question.
So you just spoke about getting the keys to the vehicle from an individual that was dressed exactly like you. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Where exactly did he hand you over the keys?
I said up underneath, like what Carson at? You know, like what that old like Benny's at?
Could you state that question again?
Where exactly were the keys given to you by the individual that was wearing
Oh,
the
he's fucked
same
his
outfit as
timeline
you,
up.
sir?
On the
He
street.
fucked it. So then, when did the guy with the black
Wh-
hoodie take
On the
over the
street,
vehicle?
where?
And then
on
how
the
did he
street,
get
sir?
it back?
Like on the south side. I can't. I mean, I don't know the
Oh,
street
oh.
name, but it's on the south side.
You were just saying up on Carson?
Yeah, that's the only street I know is Carson because that's the only one I live on. So it's by Carson.
And where exactly did the police chase you?
Like from behind.
Where was the starting point?
Like over there by Carson.
Everything happened on Carson.
Well, I don't like. I said I don't know the street names around here like that.
Come over here.
I just know Carson. It was by Carson.
Man,
One
they all
second.
left. They said we done with this.
I'm trying to get the timeline of. He said, did he mention the black hoodie at all?
Were you wearing at any?
Mine.
No, he didn't.
No.
So, did you have a conversation with this individual that gave you the keys?
He asked me if I wanted a car. I said, yeah.
He just threw you a set of keys and you just were like,